Is this thing on? Oh wait, no, I did that in another episode. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi guys. We're here. And very African American, you know. I am Jimmy Uso's braids. And I have my lovely co-host here with me.
Solo, I love you.
You know what's bad about that is that the reason why I was Jimmy's braids is because I'm looking at the Crown Jewel poster. So I'm also looking at a picture of Jacob. So, you know.
I got that idea just now. I just wanted to say that.
Um,
How y'all doing? Hopefully I didn't blow y'all speakers out. I know I got really loud.
it went all the way into the red. I had to turn you back down because I had turned you all the way back up. Oh my God. Guys, I am so sorry that he would ever. Actually, you know, I'm not sorry. Y'all like him more than y'all like me, so fuck it.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think so either. I just wanted to say it. So, welcome back to the Wrasslin Room. Let's see. Well, we did the pod when Saturday, right?
I think so.
Yep, we did a podcast on Saturday, so we talked about SmackDown. We don't watch Collision or Rampage, so there's that. We could just have a good old regular wrestling conversation this week if you want to. It doesn't really matter. We don't have really much to review except for Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy Uso making bad decisions on Monday Night Raw. That's all I got. So, but we do have a lot of things to discuss that the good people over on Blue Sky have asked us, because we are now on Blue Sky. So I posed a question over there, and we got some good questions and some good answers to the questions. So, which do you want to do first? You want to just chit chat, or you want to dig into that first?
Well, I just wanted to say this. You know, I got to get my weekly AEW anger out.
Oh, go ahead.
It ain't gonna be long. It ain't gonna be long at all.
Do your thing.
I watched Dynamite last night. Well, I attempted to. The show is still extremely lifeless, and it's now gotten to the point where a man who was in the crowd, I think they were in Connecticut. They were in Connecticut, weren't they, last night?
They were indeed in ghetto-ass Bridgeport, Connecticut last night.
It was Hartford. I don't know. Was it Hartford?
No, they were in Bridgeport. If they were in Hartford, I would have went to the show. They were in Bridgeport. No one's going all the way the fuck out there. They were in the same venue that we went to Deadline in last year. That's where they were.
The XL Center?
That's not the XL Center. We're going to the XL Center next month. To SmackDown.
Oh, is it Total Mortgage?
Total Mortgage, yeah. That's where they were last night. Which I have things to say about a segment that I saw, but I'm gonna let you get your rant out first.
No, it ain't gonna be long at all. It's just it's mainly two things. One, Mox's promo last night. While I do understand what they're trying to do, this invasion angle still is not working. You may know they promoted the day that Mox was going to take over the TBS Superstation, and it was just a brawl. It was a brawl and a Moxie promo, and it got to the point where someone in the crowd was mostly quiet for the entire night, which was insane to me. But it got to the point where some man in the crowd screamed out, "Go back to Roman," implying that John Moxley should go back to Dean Ambrose and join the Shield, which I don't agree with. I don't think we should ever see Dean Ambrose again because just no. But it's gotten to the point where now this storyline, this whole takeover, it's not working. and I know Tony Khan is gonna keep doing with it, like, keep going through with it. Um, I saw Moxley had an interview a few days ago, and apparently either he's about to take control of creative with AEW or he already has. Um, and if this is his plan, then he needs to stay away from creative too. And it's just I I don't know, man. And then beyond that invasion storyline not working, they're trying their hardest to build up Mercedes and Chris Statlander, and of course I'm still gonna watch the match because I enjoy both of the work. I enjoy both superstars' work of Mercedes and Chris, and Camille as well. It's just they're not doing any service for Camille. You know, this is all meant for Camille to eventually turn on Mercedes and possibly be the one to beat her. Um, they already have it's already gotten to the point where Mercedes like talking down to her and say, "Oh, go over there," you know what I'm saying? Kind of treating her the way Nia treats Tiffany. Um, and I don't think if they ever do this breakup, Camille ends up just turning on Mercedes. I don't think it's going to end up being the best thing for Camille because she has no heat behind the fact that Mercedes has no heat. And Mercedes is supposed to be the one to get her to heat. You know what I'm saying? Mercedes is supposed to be the one to get so get the crowd so frustrated that they want to see Camille eventually turn on her. But I don't think the crowd cares. You know, so those two storylines, those are the two storylines that stuck out for me last night. The show, it wasn't. I can't even say it was a bad show because I feel like a bad show at some points has to like grab my interest still, and like it has to be so bad where I'm like, oh damn, there's nothing for me to be like, you know. It's just the show just feels boring and lifeless. And while those two storylines are going, I don't think those storylines aren't anything that can go for a long amount of time. Especially this whole invasion thing because they tried it before, it didn't work. Now they're trying it again, and it's still not working. So I don't know. I Full Gear should be cool, I guess. I They always do well with the pay per views for the most part, as far as match quality goes. Um, if I'm writing that the end of Full Gear, I would have Mox just do something drastic. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them, the Death Riders as they're called now. Stupid name, but I understand. I guess I understand it for somewhat. Um, they need to destroy everything like the Nexus did. You know what I'm saying? When the Nexus came in and they beat up Cena and ripped up the ring and choked that, do something like that. Now, are you going to get the people comparing it to the Nexus stuff? Yes, but at this point, you got to start pulling out all the stops because if this is your biggest storyline that's not working, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It's 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 really bad at AEW right now. Really bad at AEW right now, but that's just me. And the other thing, the Street Profits are both cutting extreme dire promos, respectively. Angelo just cut one. He was training somewhere, and he was like in a ring, some training facility, and he cut one really great promo. Um, Montez cut one. I think it was like on the SmackDown Lowdown or whatever their backstage show is called now. Um, Only thing is, the Guns just won the championships. So, are they prepared to take the championships off the Guns this early? Or are they really hyping up the Profits to be like, this is our last chance to win, and then they lose, and then something drastic happens? Because look, if the Profits lose tomorrow, somebody better slap the shit out of somebody. I don't care who it is. Angelo better slap Montez, or Montez better slap Angelo, or somebody. D-Fab better slap both of them. I don't care. Somebody has to do something. 'Cause these two are speaking like this is it. So if they lose clean, which they probably will, or there's a possibility that DIY could interfere. Possibility. I don't think I would do that, but I mean, you can do a triple threat tag team match at Survivor Series, which I think would be excellent. But the Profits deserve the championship. You know, we already saw some people who were very angry that the Guns won the titles as opposed to the Profits. So if you decide to take them off the Guns this early, I don't think that I don't think people will be angry. I think people will be confused on why we went for the Guns first. And I told y'all I don't think that the Guns were supposed to be in that position. I think the Lucha Brothers were supposed to be in that position, but the whole Ray Phoenix stuff pushed that to the side. But yeah, I don't know. I love the guns too. I love the Motor Machine Guns. They're wrestling like it's prime TNA still. They still move extremely fast. Alex Shelley, he looked like he tweaked his ankle last week, but I think he's okay. So hopefully that's cool. But I don't know. I think the Profits really have to win this match, and if they don't, someone has to turn, and they had to break the tag team up, and then just separate Angelo and Montez and have them do their own thing, or they can just do a mutual breakup. They don't have to turn heel on one another. They can just do a mutual breakup. Hey, it's not us the tag team not working no more. You know what I'm saying? Angelo to Raw, Montez SmackDown, and both of them can do their own thing, and maybe coming together later on. But something drastic has to happen with the Profits if they lose tomorrow, which I honestly do think they will. But if they don't, I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? That's my main purpose of the Profits being champions. But if they happen to lose, something drastic better happen. They can't just sit in the ring and look like someone just stole their dog. No, you got to do something at this point because both of them are cutting promos like it's this or nothing. Said titles are bust. Titles are bust. So hey, if they win the titles, they win them. They don't, the tag team might have to explode. Maybe. So
Okay, I have things to say about what I saw from um Dynamite. So as we said, it was in Connecticut last night. And it was in Bridgeport. Bridgeport is by the water. Okay. So if it was about 45 in Hartford, that means it had to be at least 42, 40 in Bridgeport, right? Why the fuck did y'all have Max? Was it? No, that wasn't Max. That was Darby Allin and Cesaro, Claudio outside throwing each other around. Bro, it was cold outside. Claudio ain't had no fucking jacket on, so he gonna get sick. That's one. And then like it's just like why are we outside? Why are we out? Why are we outside? I mean, Darby Allin doesn't care about like his body and stuff like that, but like why are we outside? Y'all could have like thrown each other around indoors like the women did, cause y'all built that wall for those three women to go through. So y'all could have like did something inside of Total Mortgage.
nah, they had to be outside.
For what?
They were trying to escape the arena.
It's cold.
Darby, yeah, they had to go. They had to get outside. So they got in the truck. And Darby was like, "What's really?" And then he said, "Oh, really, bitch?" And then swung him to the damn the garage thing. They had to go outside. It's
It's
cooler when wrestlers
cold.
fight outside.
I don't. It's cold.
Hey, we need to bring that back. More wrestlers need to wrestle outside. I love when wrestlers go outside. Like when they used to fight and they used to throw people into the water and shit. When Punk and Chavo had a match and they had like whoever threw each other into the fucking ocean won.
It's
Need to bring that
cold.
back. Care
I
about that.
keep saying that it's fucking cold. And I wonder how Tony Khan felt having to ride past headquarters to get to Total Mortgage. Sorry, that was petty.
Took us out the window. Boo! 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 Oh, shit.
Because in order to get to Total Mortgage, you have to ride through Stamford to get to Bridgeport, which means you have to ride past WWE HQ, the new one, the big guy, the big bitch. You have to ride past that motherfucker. It's so pretty, guys. Oh my god, I wish everyone can experience it. Don't just come up here just to see it though, but it's so pretty. And at night, the lights at night. Ugh, because it's just pure glass. So it's just like all like the red and blue and then like the big title that's outside, which is apparently their address stamp. Like, you know how like on your mailbox or like on your house, you have like your address number? The WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship is the fucking address plate for headquarters. One side plate says 707 and the other side says Main Street. That is so fucking fire. And as soon as you get off the train, you're like right in front of it. It's so dope.
Is the address.
I take pictures of headquarters every time I ride past it on the train on my way to New York or on my way to Philly. It's awesome. It's a beautiful building. I would like to get inside one day, but I don't think they do tours, which I think is kind of scuffed. I would love to do a tour. All right. So we got the AEW stuff out of the way. Mercedes, go defend that fucking belt. Huh?
Hold up, give me 1 second. Oh.
What the fuck was that? All right, so let's talk about how the Usos and Sammy decided that they wanted to piss me off this week. Let me go to WWE.com real quick. Also, NXT, they're off their fucking rocker. Oh, WWE graphics team. Are y'all sure y'all not hiring? I just want to know because, why did y'all have Gunther have the IC title on this poster? I understand like accidents happen, but that's crazy. That was insane. That tells me that he hasn't taken pictures since he got the IC title. Like y'all don't have any pictures with him in the World Heavyweight Championship. That's terrible.
Hey man.
Missclicks and Misfits. That might be the name of the fucking episode. Cause what the hell? That was bad. Huh?
Missclick what?
Missclicks and Misfits.
What does that mean?
They misclicked on the wrong fucking render.
Oh,
and
okay.
that bitch didn't fit on the poster. Made it look like Damian Priest is going after the IC title. What the fuck?
Didn't they take a picture already with him with the belt for the crown jewel match?
That might have been Photoshop. They edit a lot of the titles onto the superstars and like with renders that they already have instead of getting them to actually take new fucking pictures.
Oh yeah.
Which is lazy because all y'all do is take pictures in that company. They literally have a photo booth like set up in the back for everyone to take pictures every week. Because the women, for damn sure, no matter if they in gear or just in their outfit they came to work in, go and take pictures every week. I get a new picture of Jade Cargill every time I open my eyes. So, why aren't the men taking new render pictures? No idea. I was saying that NXT is absolutely off their fucking rockers, and they are. The tag team division has started a brawl out. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but calm down. Deadline was announced. However, who the fuck is going to cold ass fucking, where is it, Minneapolis? I'm not going to Minnesota for anything.
Damn.
Like it's too cold up there, huh?
You want diss all our Minnesota viewers?
I'm sure they don't want to live there either.
I don't know about that.
Just saying. It's
Ask
cold.
them.
It's cold up there. So Monday Night Raw was double taped this week. There's some spoilers floating around. We won't discuss spoilers. We'll probably discuss the show next week when it happens. But the women's War Games team, both sides, I like it. There's only one oddball on the heel side, but that's none of my business. As far as the men's War Games, if y'all do what I saw, I'm gonna be angry. I hope both of those men deny that and we just get the 4v4 since the poster is already out. Do you think Gunther's turning into a bitch? And is it Sammy's fault?
No, he's not.
He's not?
I don't know why that is being spread around as if that is true, but that is far from the truth. This is simply just Gunther going through some self-doubt because he lost to Cody Rhodes in that win in the way that he did.
But he did the
You know?
same thing when he lost to Sammy after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I've always believed that that is Gunther's character. He's very stoic, but when he loses, since it's so rare, he goes through like that few moments of like, what the fuck happened, and it takes him a while, and then he'll get a win back, and then he'll be back in the mode again. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they've shown that on multiple different occasions. He'll lose a match, and then he'll be like, he'll doubt himself for like a few weeks, and then he'll have another match. He'll win that, bam, he's back in it, and then you'll have to knock him back down. But he always finds his way back into his character when the bell rings. It's just the promos. They're trying to. It, part of me feels like they're trying to teeter him on the face side, but I don't think Gunther should ever be a face because he doesn't need to be. You know, he should be one of them lifelong heel kind of characters. But no, this is mainly just to me. It's carrying. Carrying. I'm looking at my damn 2K thing. Fucking Gunther. Yeah, I'm looking at the damn 2K screen. This is mainly Gunther just showing a little bit of weakness as far as his promos go. Um, if he ends up losing the title later on, then I guess you could revisit that shit, you know. But he's not going to lose to Damien, so it really shouldn't matter. Um, but yeah, it's not that deep, not to me at least.
Well, um, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. That's why I brought it up, and I, I, I tend to. I'm going to keep bringing up, like how he was after WrestleMania, um, because, like I said, we've seen this from him before. After Mania, he was just so surprised that Sammy, beat him or whatever the case may be, that he, did doubt himself a little bit. So for Crown Jewel to happen and this be another cycle of that, of, yo, he popped his shit to this person and this person was like, oh, well, get this work, and he got the work, it could be a situation of that too. Um, I think something clicked within him, because when the fuck has he ever stopped Ludwig Kaiser from like talking shit to somebody? He came out in defense of him. He was popping his shit on Damian Priest, and Gunther literally like stopped him mid sentence. It was like, yo, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I don't know if there's a rift there, because he then picked the mic back up and kept talking, and then he just went and got his ass beat at the end of the show. But I don't know. I think there's like a weird change going on with Gunther. I hope it's not a face turn, because I don't think that would ever fit him. That's like Grayson Waller being a face. That's disgusting. I don't want to
Oh,
see it. Huh?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
things things could actually just be, in limbo for him right now mentally. I guess that's what we can call it. But there is a match confirmed for Survivor Series, and that is Gunther versus Damian Priest, as well as the men's War Games match has been confirmed, but apparently they're still looking for their fifth. So I don't know how we're gonna do that when the official poster is out and it's 8 men on the poster. Um, there's nowhere for a fifth person on each side to fit. So I hope both of those men that I saw turn down those offers, and we get a match between those two at Survivor Series, instead of them joining the War Games, because we could just have a 4v4 for War Games and a 5v5 for the women. Switch it up a little bit, because the women is usually 4v4, so we can get some things out of the way. A lot of people have been also talking shit about the choice of the 4 women that we saw already for War Games, which is Bianca, Jade, Naomi, and Io versus Liv, Raquel, Naya, and Tiffany. And I made a video about this on TikTok, but I'm going to reiterate it here on the podcast. At some point in the year, all of these women have had matches together, regardless of the brand. Half of these women were in the Elimination Chamber. So that's Bianca, Naomi, Liv, Raquel, and Tiffany. They were all in Chamber. I believe Nia had a match at Elimination Chamber. Then you had the big three went against Io at WrestleMania. There's been several matches of Tiffany Stratton against the big three individually and as a group. So it makes a lot of sense here as to why those women did that. A lot of people said they wish that the women on NXT got a War Games match instead of the main roster. I could see that too, but they just did the 5v5 over at 2300. So hey, that could have been the War Games match, but it is what it is. But it does make sense because all these women are intertwined together for this to be a War Games match. It's a little rushed, but everything in production feels like it's been pushed forward. Like the fast forward button has been pushed because a lot of things have been moving around in the WWE this year, for the better more than so for the worse. Any thoughts, opinions?
The heel team doesn't make much sense.
Well, her being on it doesn't make any sense, but as far as the big three,
No, I'm talking about Bianca's team makes sense.
Okay.
Somewhat. The heel team, Liv and Nia being on the same team is crazy.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's the part where I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? That's why I think a lot of people are very confused on what's happening because you have stuff like that where it's like that doesn't make much sense. They just had a match, you know what I'm saying, and they were feuding over that match for a while. So why the hell why would you have both women's champions on one team? Now the heel team
I saw
has to
somebody say
win.
that. Yeah, I saw somebody say that too. Instead of there being two women's matches, they just put both of the champions on one team.
Yeah, now you have a decision to make. Does the heel team just win, or do you risk having both of your world champions who haven't looked the best in both cases? Liv doesn't look the strongest, and Nia gets pinned damn near every week. Um, I'm serious. So it's like now you have both your heel champions on the same team. They have to win the match, but you're not going to pin Bianca. You're not going to pin Jade. Io should not be getting pinned because she's the number one contender for Liv's championship.
Correct.
We gonna pin Naomi?
Oh, well, we don't know who well, the audience doesn't know who the last two women are that are going to be entering this. I think that the second woman on the heel team should well, yeah, the fifth member for the heel team should get pinned, but hey, it is what it is. That ain't none of my business. That's just, I think and looking at that entire team has accolades. Like everybody has something. Tiffany's Miss Money in the Bank. Nia is the women's champion. Liv is the women's world champion. Raquel. the last the last woman also has an accolade. And then you have the women's tag team on the other side. Hopefully our future women's United States champion is over there as well. And then
Oh,
Io Sky is also over there who's been doing great this year as well. What was that about? What was that chuckle?
I'm so happy you mentioned the U.S. Championship. You
Oh.
motherfuckers!
Oh shit!
Stop telling me that a main event superstar should win the mid card championship. All right. Every woman in the mid card, Becky, Charlotte, Bianca, Rhea, Liv, all of them are in the main event scene. So none of them should be winning the mid card championship. The championship was not meant for them. If they want to put a title on Becky or Charlotte or Bianca, they'll just do it. We've seen them do it before, and they have no problem doing it now. They still might do it. I need people to realize Becky and Charlotte, they're not the only people on the women's roster. And I had a conversation with fellow content creator Donnie Blaze about this because he tried to compare it to John Cena winning the US Championship in 2015. And those things are two totally different instances. And I knew someone was going to bring it up. I knew someone was going to say it. John Cena winning the US Championship well into his career. When the US Championship again, because that wasn't his first US Championship run. That run was to legitimize a championship that Vince McMahon repeatedly showed that he didn't care about. That was to put some credibility around the US Championship, and that's what he did. The Women's US Championship does not need to be elevated. The championship came out on Friday. It's third. Tomorrow will be a week. We haven't even seen a match for the belt yet. How in the world does this championship need elevation? It's on the. We just got it. We haven't even seen a promo from any of the ladies say, "Hey, I want that." We've seen some Instagram pictures. Ooh,
A bunch of tweets.
yeah. We haven't even gotten to the point where we're introducing this belt yet. So how in the world can we say it needs elevation? I'm tired of wrestling fans jumping to people and just saying, "Oh," and using the word elevation as a back. The word elevation is not going to save you. The word elevation does not exude common sense. You know what I'm saying? Exclude common sense. You can't just say, "Oh, my favorite should win the belt." You know how bad I wanted to say that Liv Morgan could win a championship just because I like seeing Liv Morgan as world champion, or I think Bianca shouldn't lose all of 2025. Dead ass. I think her, EO, those are two superstars that should not lose all of 2025. You can scoff at it if you want to. That's what I said. But guess what? There should be no reason why both of them, multiple time world champions, should be winning the mid card championship. That is not for them. That's for Ivy Niles, Zelina Vega, Lyra Valkyria, borderline Naomi. I've seen people throwing Naomi in there, and it's kind of derogatory because y'all acting like Naomi's not a world champion too. But I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide.
No, they forget that. So,
Yeah, just because they forget don't mean it don't matter. that doesn't mean that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I had to do a whole bunch of propping and things. Like, I opened my side plates and had fucking like trading cards in that motherfucker that proved that she was a former women's champion in that motherfucker. And I talked for a solid 6 minutes surprisingly without cursing on TikTok because people were saying that she was a sneak for the War Games and that Kyrie should be in her fucking spot. No. As well as saying that she doesn't deserve to be the inaugural. I think that all inaugural champions should be black, but that's just me. Kalani Jordan spoiled me, so there's that. But people also have to realize that Vince pushed Naomi more than Triple H will ever. And I feel like he might have whispered some sweet nothings in her ear to get her to come back. And with those sweet nothings, now there's like something there that can, fulfill those sweet nothings, which is this title. And I don't have an issue with her having the title because we all know that Nia is Triple H's favorite, and 9 times out of 10, Tiffany is going to be the person to take the belt off of her. So Naomi, I don't have a problem with Naomi having that title, but people do tend to forget that she was in the main card scene for a while, before being in the tag team scene and then leaving WWE.
I'm saying you can't just and it's like at the end of it, the only my top two are Michin and Chelsea Green
Right.
because those two have been putting on quality TV matches, and in Chelsea Green's part, pay-per-view matches when she gets her matches with Piper. They've been putting out
She did
quality.
amazing in Money in the Bank too.
Oh my! Like, that should give Chelsea the belt right there. Doing all of that and not being in main event position, just doing it just because. You know what I'm saying? If they want to put a championship on Becky Lynch or Charlotte or somebody like that, they'll just do it. And they'll put the world championship on it because this company is still stuck on the fact that those two work for them. This is why I hope and pray that Becky says she's not wrestling no more. That she says, you know what, I've done enough. She's already a Hall of Famer. She's won everything that needs to be won. Charlotte too. Probably gonna come back though, like as a freaking cyborg though. She's scaring me. I don't know what her thing is. She might like the Terminator. I'm scared. But
Continue to say this. Anytime somebody says Charlotte's name, I have PTSD. Like when it comes to Charlotte Flair, like really, really badly. I was in the arena when she got injured. I was 4 rows behind the goddamn ring when that leg caught the top rope. It was just all bad. I have really, really bad PTSD when it comes to her, but I do have a question to propose in regards to the women who are currently Grand Slam champions. Now that there's a mid card in there, they're no longer Grand Slam champions, correct?
I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't I really don't know how that works. I can't give an
Because
answer to that.
Becky went back to NXT to get that title to become a Grand Slam champion. So now that
I
there's a
don't think they
mid
can take it
card,
away from her.
do her and Bayley have to win those to essentially become Grand Slam champions?
I would hope not, because that's just taking the accolade away from them, which I don't think they've already got it. So there's no reason because they want to add a championship that Becky and Bailey have to suffer for that. Doesn't make much sense to me.
So just anybody
But
after the fact.
yeah,
Bianca, no. Bianca Grand Slam?
I
No,
think
right?
she won the Raw, she won the SmackDown, and she won the tag.
NXT?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm like 99% sure that she has not. Yeah, I don't think she did. No.
Wow, apparently I'm not the only person that's googling this because that shit popped up immediately.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I have like a high feeling she did not. I feel like I would remember. I highly think that they saw Bianca and like, "Oh, you're really good," and then just brought her up.
Okay,
Just very quick.
it just says Raw Women's, SmackDown Women's, and then she's currently tag
Yeah.
champ. Okay.
But yeah, we have to stop using our favorites as justification for things just because. There is no logic behind putting a mid-card championship on a main event level superstar. It's not hating, it's common sense. And when people stop using their favorites to justify their comments, then we'll be in a much better position when we're talking about certain things. I'm saying. I promise you, I can put Jeff Hardy and Carmelo Hayes and a whole bunch of people into conversations that they shouldn't be in just because they're my favorites. I try to use common sense when I'm speaking. I get emotional too. Everyone gets emotional. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone wants their favorites to do the best, you know. But this championship is not meant for anyone who's been main eventing WrestleMania, winning world championships back to back, winning double titles, doing all this crazy shit. You have women on the roster that won't even get a chance to sniff half of what Charlotte has done, half of what Bianca has done, half of what Rhea Ripley has done. And remember, just because you don't like these superstars does not absolve them of of their accomplishments. I saw a whole bunch of people when I said Liv, oh, Liv's not a main event superstar. Yes, she is. Just because you don't like her does not mean that she's not a main event superstar. She's the world champion. Just because you don't like her, just because you don't like her fans, just because her fans said something mean to you on the internet, nigga, cry about it. It doesn't matter. Y'all need to stop that too. And that 'cause we're bringing up shit that the fans did and taxing the wrestlers for it as if they had anything to do with it. Please stop it. When I want to talk about Roman Reigns fans, I talk about Roman Reigns fans. You know what I'm saying? Is it the booking of the company that leads to that? Absolutely, yes. But my reasons for not liking Roman Reigns and his championship run had nothing to do with how asinine a lot of his fans are. Does it help sometimes in conversation? Yeah, but you cannot add the 2 things together and act like those come on now. Come on now.
So I have a list of the WWE Women's Grand Slam champions. Um, it says here that Rhea Ripley is the fastest to get all the titles. Um, Bayley is a Grand Slam. Asuka, Mercedes, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. And Becky completed her Grand Slam in September of last year when she won the belt off of Tiffany Stratton. Let's see. Rhea Ripley. Actually, wow, Rhea did it in 3 years. So she won the NXT title in 2019. Then she got the women's the Raw Women's Champion in April of 2021. She was a tag team champion in September of 2021, and then the Women's World Heavyweight Championship was last year at WrestleMania. You know what's so crazy about those belts too?
Mm,
Technically, the women's world championship belt is the SmackDown belt.
yeah, that's what it is.
And the WWE Women's Championship is the Raw belt.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why hasn't things been switched by brands now?
What do you mean?
By now. Because when Rhea won the SmackDown belt from Charlotte at WrestleMania, and Asuka won the Raw belt from Bianca after Mania. But they were both on the opposite brands. Rhea was on Raw when she won the belt. And Asuka was on SmackDown. As well as Bianca
Oh,
was on
man.
SmackDown. Well, Bianca had got traded to
That
SmackDown.
shit started to get weird once they started having the wrestlers, like, switch the championships on live television. That's what that shit started to get weird for me, but, I mean, I don't know. That's what they get for changing the belts so much. Now you got the Raw belt and the SmackDown belts, and then the brand split isn't gonna matter much more or much longer. I think at some point we're gonna stop doing the draft. It seems like they don't want to do a draft anymore. It seems like the company is, like, trying to move away from doing the draft. They'll do it and it'll matter for, like, 5, 6 months, and the next thing you know, "Oh, it's not even like a surprise anymore," you know? It used to be a surprise when, like, Triple H showed up on the other show or Cena showed up on SmackDown or some other shit. That's why some superstars just became synonymous with their brands. Rey Mysterio became a SmackDown superstar. You don't He was on Raw from time to time. I think very, very, very rarely, but he's a SmackDown superstar. Cena, a Raw superstar. Triple H, I guess, is Raw, you know?
Triple H never wanted
Randy
to be on
Orton.
SmackDown. He got traded. He got
Yeah,
traded to SmackDown, and then was like, "Nah," and then they put him back on Raw like the next week. The same thing happened
that's
with
when the
Cena.
brand mattered.
The
I was
same thing
pissed.
happened with Cena.
Oh my god, I was so mad. They drafted him to SmackDown. I was hyped.
And then he never
He
went.
come out the same night. Yeah, he come out the same night. Said, "Oh nah." Man, how would you
They stopped
fuck?
that shit immediately, and niggas like, "Nah."
Oh, it was a prank. Who the fuck are you pranking? Me? A fucking 8-year-old me. I don't know how old I was. What year was that? He did that shit. I was fucking furious, man. Shit was not funny.
So while we're on the talks of Grand Slam, I scrolled down because I'm on the Wikipedia's Grand Slam for professional wrestling. I scrolled down to TNA because it's right under the WWE Women's, and here there's only one, two, three, four, five. There's only five men here. AJ Styles is one. Abyss, Samoa Joe, Eric Young, and Austin Aries. Those are the only five Grand Slam champions out of TNA.
That's why I think I asked TJ and Phil the other day. what was the difference between Grand Slam and Triple Crown. I never knew. Both of them sound like the same thing. I explain it to me, but I'm still confused, but I was like, "Oh, yeah, I understand." I did not understand. But
Jay Lethal isn't a Grand Slam in TNA, but he's a Grand Slam in ROH.
yeah, because Jay Lethal never won the world championship. I remember him winning the X Division championship. I think he might have been Black Machismo at the time, I think. But
That's
I
wild.
know he didn't win.
What the fuck? So again, still scrolling. So FCW, what we now know as NXT, um, when it was Florida Championship Wrestling, uh, Seth Rollins is a Grand Slam over there.
I
That's
think
kind of
Rollins has
cool.
won every belt, though.
That's cool. That's super cool.
I
Oh,
think Rollins has, like, done everything.
so let's scroll up for WWE men's. So the original, there's two different ones here. There's an original one for that was like established in 1997, and then there's the revised one for 2015. So we're gonna go down the 2015 one. Um, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero,
Bingo.
Edge, Big Show, Miz, and I think Miz is a two-time Grand Slam, if I'm not mistaken.
Either that or two-time Triple Crown. I don't know what the fuck it means. I still don't know what it means. That shit
He it also being an 8-time Intercontinental Champion is crazy. I just want to say that. 8 times is crazy. What are you doing?
you
Then
see what he's doing.
Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor. So, yeah.
Look at Jeff, man, some inspiration.
And I believe Bayley was the first ever women's Grand Slam. Yes. And Mercedes completed hers in 2020. She did hers pretty fast. Bayley did hers pretty fast too. So NXT 2015, Raw Women's Champion 2017, and then she got the Women's SmackDown and the Tag Team Championships in the same year. And that's the year that she completed was 2019. It's cool.
It started off really, really hot, and then it just, like, we got to the point where she was just, like, losing a lot, and it made me really angry for a long amount of time. Yeah. Every time I bring up that she was on, like, that Billy was on a really bad losing streak, like, about a year ago, niggas start booing me, and I'm like, "Bro, I I promise you, it was, like, bad." She was losing every single weekend, and niggas act like that shit didn't happen. No, she definitely was, like, losing a lot. And she started off at, like, a really good point because she was a part of the 4 Horsemen, but then it just 2020 was, like, the last peak she had, and while she's won championships after that, it hasn't been the same. For some reason, I still don't know why. It's still something that, like, very much confuses me on why it hasn't been the same since then, but it's real, you know?
Io Sky. Well, Io Shirai is the inaugural Stardom champion. Why did this page exist?
Crazy.
This is kind of clean to like go through. So, you want to talk about merch?
No.
Do it. Let's do it.
Hate
Right here in the
I
light.
hate it. I hate they don't
WWE
do any
shop. You saw what?
please, they don't do anything. Every week, they don't do anything.
Do you want to go through the holiday guide or do you want to go through the new arrivals? What's
I
up?
wanna go home.
Oh, well, holiday guide it is. Santa
Okay.
Claus. All right, this is terrible. It's got some Rhea Ripley stuff up here. They're starting to put the Survivor Series merchandise up here. Um, you feeling this ugly sweater, Austin 316?
No, I'm about to cry, bro.
Radiohead has a new hoodie. is up here. I need to get me a Terra Twins shirt before this shirt no longer exists. Then I just missed out the opportunity to get such. The SummerSlam chair is on sale, 35% off. You still don't want to get the chair and flip it?
Not flipping nothing.
What about the blow up Santa?
What?
With the championship belt, with the bag, with the foam finger? You're not feeling this?
How would I spend $150 on that?
You could just put it in the corner of
Why?
your room.
No, I don't want no nut ass blowed up Santa in my room.
Damn.
Hell no.
Oh, this Liv Morgan hoodie.
No, it looks stupid.
The jacket has gone down in price. That's good. You said what?
Someone needs to save us from this terrible. What the hell? What does that Cena? What does that Cena shirt say on the back?
It's just all his championships.
Oh,
You know, and when this shirt first dropped, a lot of people thought that these were these were gonna be like the places that he went, and I was like, you people clearly do not read. It says farewell tour, and then it has like all his accolades of where he won his titles at. I was like, y'all
that's
don't
cool.
read.
That's the
Yeah.
coolest thing I've seen on the damn website. I don't know how long.
So what does it say? 13-time WWE champion, 5-time US champion, 3-time heavyweight champion, 2-time tag team, 2-time tag team. I don't know why. That just doesn't say 4, but depends on what brand he won it on.
Yeah, they're separating the Raw and SmackDown belts for the World and the WWE ones.
I didn't see it say world there. I just saw tag team. My fault. It has the Slammy on here with the dates of that, and then it has Royal Rumble and the Money in the Bank, and then it says Superstar of the Year. He won that shit 3 times. That's a lot of meat goblin.
He's just a great person. That's that, and you know.
I do merch every so often, well, every week at this point, because we're affiliated with Fanatics now.
Yay!
That happened right before we started recording. I'm gonna try and get us specifically with WWE Shop because I know I'm personally affiliated with WWE Shop, but I think that Fanatics as a whole works for us because we do watch sports all together. So it is what it is. That'll work. So we are going to have a link in the bio of all the podcasts. Where you can find my socials, his socials, and our affiliate links. We are waiting currently on StubHub, and we'll be going from there. What is this yeet beanie? It's not. There's no satin on the inside, so it's gonna pull on my hair. So we're gonna leave that right where it is. I'll be on the lookout for that. We're also on Blue Sky. We're gonna get to that in a second, since we do have some people over there who've already connected with us and have asked us some questions for this week's show. If you are on Blue Sky, feel free to go over there and follow us. We are at Wrasslin Room Podcast bluesky.com, and have at it. Is this signed? Damian Priest 140, 149. I like that. I like that a lot. So you don't want the superstar calendar for next year?
Now, you ever asked me? You ever heard me say I wanted a calendar?
Yeah, the women's NXT one that sold out in 2 seconds.
That's different. That is different. That is different. It's not the same thing.
That Chase U one went on sale and was off
That is
sale
different, and
within
you know it's different.
5 minutes.
It's different. Why are you hollering?
The Women's United States Championship belt is on sale. It can be purchased.
At sale? Hell no.
Well, no, they put the belt up. What do you mean? I could have the belt before they even, have the inaugural. And I could just put Naomi side plates on it and call it a day, I wonder if they're going to change her side plates if she wins any new titles. But I like her. I like her side plates. The glow ones. Those are fire. She probably does have new ones, though. So, the Women's United States replica belt is currently on the WWE's website for a whopping $450. Um however, you won't get the belt until after Christmas. So if you order it now, it's not going to arrive until towards the end of the year. So you rich motherfuckers, y'all have at it. I think I'm gonna wait off on this, and this might replace my love for the old women's NXT title, the 2.0 title, because that belt is gorgeous, and I'm so mad they got rid of the rainbow, and I can no longer buy it on the US website. I can only get it on the Euro shop.
Damn.
I know. There's so much stuff on here. Why is that title $50 less than the Intercontinental title? Something y'all want to tell us about? Mm.
I think championship is more important to them than that women's one. Obviously, that's what it looks like. They keep selling these basketball ones. I'm not buying no Miami Heat ass belt. I don't give a damn.
They're expensive as well, too.
I will have to find some NWO merch wear around WrestleMania week. Nah, I ain't going Chalkline. They got some fire ass freaking wolf pack long pants on this website I saw the other day. I'll wear them. I gotta get an NWO shirt before too long, but I'm getting the wolf pack one 'cause I don't like that black and white joint. Yeah,
There
gotta get that.
was a crown jewel title that was, I guess, for sale, but it never hit like the WWE website, like this website. And there's also people who have like personal like buyers, I guess, for this type of stuff. Like the buyer will like reach out to you, or your consultant would reach out to you and be like, "Hey, like this belt is on sale. It's exclusive only to, you because you spent X amount of money with the company, blah, 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 blah. Like, what do you think? Like, do you want this? You ready to buy type shit?" And I'm just like, wow, that's very interesting.
I
But
assume those super belt dudes are gonna end up with the belt somehow. They got every other one, so I mean, I would assume they get it at some point. I do not. You gonna cash in on, and that's why you're not getting it. See, look, you already
the
too late.
women's Money in the Bank briefcase is back on the WWE site. I might just get this tomorrow after I get your birthday stuff. I might just have to get this because I've been wanting that belt that briefcase for over a year now, and they're finally putting it back on the website and it's on sale. So I
You
might
should
have
get
to
the ticket
cop one
time.
now. No, I shouldn't.
Right,
And don't you ever
right.
disrespect me like that again. I don't like
That's a nice
pink.
brief.
I don't like pink.
You don't like pink,
No.
man.
Have you ever seen me wear pink?
I just thought you enjoyed pink. I didn't know you didn't like pink. I just thought you didn't
Oh
have
my
it.
God, he thought I was a girly girl. That's sickening.
I just didn't know you didn't like that color. You never said I don't like pink. You've never realized that to me.
Don't like it. All right, so let's head over here to Blue Sky. Can I do it on the computer? I'm sure I can. Let me see. I just hit a whole bunch of buttons that weren't correct. And that's embarrassing because you saw all of that.
Mhm.
Damn email address for this good loving podcast.
Oh, that's what you're trying to find a thing. Oh,
I think it's that's simple. Ah, I did it. Welcome to Blue Sky. Is this your first time seeing the website?
yes, and I'm not impressed.
You don't have to be. It just looks like Twitter, but with a butterfly, you know?
Yeah, I see that.
All right, so the question that was posed was, what are some things in wrestling that us, the fans, have an issue with? And we got some answers this week. So
All right.
our dear friend Sienna Chanel,
Hey.
shout out to her. Her response was spoilers. I miss the good old days where we were all hyped for excitement and the unknown. I definitely agree with the whole thing with spoilers. Especially as of recent, I don't understand why people feel the need to post everything online as it's happening to them. When I go to shows, I record things and then I post them after the show. I'm not gonna sit in the arena and like literally post them, especially if it's a double taping. Like we're going to a double taping next month, right?
Yeah.
Whatever I record for the second show will not touch Twitter until the week after while the show is airing. I might get on Twitter and be like, "Ooh, I know some shit," but I'm not gonna tell that. I'm not gonna tell what I know. That doesn't make any sense.
What are you gonna say again? Do it again.
Ooh, I know some shit.
Look at ooh. Ooh. I don't know.
um, your friend Phil also said spoilers. He said, honestly, the spoilers is not even because it's pre-taped ahead of time for certain occasions. It's the fans leaking out things when professional wrestling is about watching to see what happens next in terms of storytelling, which I agree with that too. Uh, TJ Gatsby, which will soon be a friend to the show, because he wants to come talk to y'all for so bad. I don't know why, but he says the amount of people who did certain things and try to compare them to the bloodline. For instance, Cody Rhodes' current fucking title reign keeps getting compared to Roman Reigns. I don't know what or how many times niggas have to tell y'all. Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns was writing the bloodline story for the last 4 years. Creative hadn't had to pick up the pen to write anything for the Universal Championship since 2020. So if Cody not in there pitching shit, writing his own shit, then we getting what we getting. You feel me? Y'all have to stop comparing shit. Like, it's weird. It's so weird. And I feel like, and I'm gonna say this, I don't give a fuck. I feel like Roman's reign and like the things that the Usos did with the tag titles kind of like ruined those titles because we were used to seeing him on the same people over and over again. I said this before. After 39, the tag team titles fell flat. Even when the Judgment Day won them off of Sammy and Kevin, it just didn't feel right. Even this current reign that the Judgment Day is having, I forget that them niggas is tag team champions and that they had new belts. Even when Awesome Truth won them at WrestleMania, they did something with them. It felt right for a little bit. And then now we here and it's just like, okay, the Judgment Day has the gold again, minus one belt, but it's just it doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like motherfuckers having belts for 2-3 years kind of just ruined the feel of other people having them.
No, the problem is when you combine a long championship run with young wrestling fans who don't know anything besides stuff that happened like post 2020, you get a whole influx of people who are just saying stupid opinions on the internet because all they know is Roman Reigns and everything after him
That's
when they have
nasty.
no idea what happened before them. So they have no idea about Cena's championship runs with Triple H or anything like that. They don't know. And they don't care to know because that takes too long. So they're just saying shit, you know.
Going
And
back and
I've
watching
heard,
wrestling takes too long.
yeah, as if it's not just Peacock. You know what I'm saying? Every wrestling match possible is on Peacock. Damn near
Correct.
almost every match. I don't
I
think every
literally
match is there, but 99%
I literally
is there.
told y'all last week that while I was working out, I watched SummerSlam '07. Like, y'all can go back further than that. I've seen Hogan shit
Yeah.
on there, like Andre the Giant. Like, you niggas can go all the way back. It's not that hard.
It's that's the problem that they have, um, they fall into that problem consistently, just the fans, and that's never gonna change. It'll just evolve. The Roman Reigns fans will become the older fans, and then some other dude will be new, and then he'll be champion for longer than Roman was, and then it's gonna keep going. But we're just in that period of time now. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Beyonce says, I have an issue with WWE constantly calling up NXT talent and not having any plans for them. Shit, that's a good one. We have not seen Blair Davenport in months. Um, Lyra Valkyria, she's working. She just had a backstage promo with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods where Xavier berated her, and I was just like, yeah, but that's just my own personal bias towards Lyra. Uh, Kiana James, the last time we saw her was for a qualifying match for the women's Money in the Bank, which Zoe Starks won for whatever fuck ass reason. So we haven't seen her since June, but she is out with she's on the miscellaneous list on the internal roster. She still works for WWE. I think she's out on an injury currently. They just let go of Baron Corbin after calling him up. Dijak got let go after being called up. He never even touched Raw TV. They just let him go after his contract was up. They didn't even bother to be like, hey, we're gonna renew your contract. They called him up and was just like, all right, T-Bone, you're out.
T-Bone.
I love Dijak. I want to interview Dijak one day. Would you want to do that?
Yeah.
I know how much it costs too, so I'm with the shits. I'm with it
I
all.
used to call that man T-Bone back in the day. That shit
All
was
right.
crazy.
Saul says the difference between being buried or you can still look strong in a match don't have to go over. I don't think a lot of people know the difference because even this past Tuesday on Talk with Blaze, Rocka said that Cody buried Gunther. That didn't make any fucking sense to me.
I think he was just, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Think he
think
was
he
trying to
really
rile
meant.
you up?
Yeah, I think that was just a sound like, "Oh, shit!" I don't think he really meant that.
Yeah,
If he did mean that, then he's just incorrect in that statement.
because that segment was why niggas don't why him and his partner over there don't like Cody Rhodes, and the response was he buried Gunther. That's not what happened in that match at all. Cody actually came back from getting his ass beat severely during that match. So I don't know, but
Realistically, there's very few superstars anyway that got, buried, all of the way.
how do you feel about Braun Breaker currently? Because we haven't seen him since he won the title back, in the ring. He's been backstage recently, which was on Monday. Because Jimmy, why the fuck did you think that was a smart idea to talk to him? But since winning the title back from Jey Uso, we have not seen Braun Breaker back out in the ring. Do you feel like Jay might have overshadowed him? Like Jay's stardom overshadowed him winning the title again? Because everybody was excited when he won it the first time.
Oh, I was. No, I don't think it overshadowed him. He's still the IC champion, so I think at this point, if you're gonna keep him off TV, use this time to keep him off TV and, find a new contender for him. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to just have him there and wrestling matches that we all know he's gonna win or just putting him in pointless storylines. We need to have mid-card championship feuds. The same thing goes with LA Knight, yeah. He has to have a feud that is, strung out for a few weeks, so when the championship match does happen, it's not only about the championship, they have something to feud over. Give us some promo battles, contract signings. I feel like they don't do contract signings for the world championships. Why don't they do contract signings for the mid-card belts too? You know? Knight Knight beat Melo and Andrade. Okay, you can move them to the side for right now. Find somebody else to feud with Knight, and then until I guess after or at Survivor Series.
I know
Find a
who
feud.
can feud with Knight for the belt. Hear me out. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Montez Ford.
I've been saying that for I don't know how long, but Triple H refuses to break them up. But then at that point, what I'm gonna start doing is being really, really loud because then you get yourself the best feud of all time, a Montez Ford and Carmelo Hayes feud. Give me the money.
I like
Montez
that.
Ford and Carmelo Hayes in a feud would be printing money.
That's
Printing it.
amazing. That's beautiful.
Are you kidding me?
That's beautiful.
And if they let Montez cut promos, if they cut him, if they turn him heel just a little bit, he ain't got to go all full heel. If they turn him heel just a bit, you don't have to do much. The crowd already cares about him. You don't have to do much. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. It's all right there in front of you. But Triple H has his own way of thinking. I saw someone. I wanted to ask you about this too. Somebody said it. Fucking I forget who said it. They said that Triple H, for one reason or the other, may not be the head of creative for much longer, and that it will go over to someone like the dude Brian Gerwitz, the dude that The Rock brought in, or The Rock himself. And I'm
Fuck
like,
is
I don't,
what the fuck is Dwayne gonna write? Roman Reigns
I don't
gets
know.
everything because cousin.
That's what I'm afraid of. You know what I'm saying? But then it got to the point. I'm like, all right, well, does that mean we can move on to like Regal taking NXT and then Shawn coming to the main roster?
Cause Sean be cooking down there in
Or
Florida, man.
I want to see what Shawn Michaels will do on the main roster just for a little bit. He ain't got to do the whole thing, but I think where Triple H messes up, I think Shawn Michaels will be able to fill in the gaps. Now Shawn ain't perfect either because he's still trying to tell me that Rich Holland's a superstar. I don't care.
See, the thing is, if Uncle Sean take over, we're gonna see so many black people. It's not even funny, and I'm here for it. Like, do it, please, do it, please, please, bring in niggas, cause NXT is for niggas. Like that show is black as shit. Like, I'm sorry, like
Hey, I am mad at it.
it's
The
so
fact that
much
I enjoy it.
new. It's so much new talent down there,
Why?
and everyone is like real beastly, and the shows that they put on is real urban and real street, real hood, and I like it. Like what Lil Kim said on you got served. You know how I like it, baby. Straight hood. That's NXT. That's NXT. So if he can bring that to the main roster and move some people around, that would be great. Cause not for nothing, I know some people are in certain storylines, but there's more people backstage on these rosters that could be seen and brought to the forefront. And they're just not. Like, it's the same people cycled out every week. And I feel like we're starting to see the same matches over and over and over again on Raw and SmackDown. And that's a little tiring to me. What I like about NXT is that we're seeing different feuds. We're seeing different people in the rings. And then they're not drawn out. Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah,
Simple.
yeah.
I proposed another question. I told everyone, like, we're recording today because you guys know we usually record on Fridays and the show goes out on Fridays. We record on Saturday. The show goes out Saturday. Today's Thursday. And we both just happen to be off of work today. So I was like, fuck it. We gonna sit down, we gonna bust this down, and then we just gonna go on about the rest of our fucking days for today. And I asked Blue Sky, again, follow us over on Blue Sky if you're on the app. If they had any questions or feelings for the question that we just had, and we got some questions. So shout out to main event players. They're gonna hold us down regardless. That's the click. You feel me? TJ asked us, he says, what's a cross company dream match that we have? I'll be honest with you. Since NXT, not NXT, but like WWE and TNA have been doing stuff together, I without a doubt would love to see Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley. And I also want to see, and I said this last week, I want to see Tasha Steelz and Lola Vice. Somebody put it together. I don't know who's gonna do it first, but somebody make that shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Um, I want Will Ospreay and Rollins, but I wish Rollins was like still as mobile as he used to be. Cause like pre-knee surgery Rollins versus Ospreay would be freaking ridiculous. Him right now, I think he's like 2 steps slower than Ospreay. I think Ospreay can still go at a certain level that Rollins may not be able to.
Okay.
So, well, I think it don't matter. Rollins is still that damn good where the match will still be excellent. It's just like, what if, you know? Um, I think that's it. I would love to see Kenny Omega just in WWE for like a year. He don't gotta do nothing crazy. He ain't gotta win a world championship, nothing like that. I would love to see him in his wrestling style mesh with how the WWE wrestles, you know, and how they're like how they produce their matches. I think that would be cool. But if I
And
get to
just
see
kept
like
that.
Kenny Omega versus Miller or something,
Mm-hmm.
like if Melo did that freaking springboard clothesline he does, and Omega caught him with a V trigger in midair, I might take all my clothes off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
I
shit like
have
that.
I have another match that just popped into my head. And this is a cousin versus cousin thing. Okay. And
Uh-oh.
since both of these men, their wrestling styles are very much influenced by the late Umaga, I would love to see Solo versus Zilla. I would love to see Solo versus Zilla. And while Zilla is still um in the indies and he's a 3-belt champ, I'm never going to let y'all forget that he's not coming to WWE anytime soon. He got 3 championships to defend out here, people. Hang that shit up. Flat screen. Stop. I would love to see I would love to see those two go head to head. Um and hopefully at some point WWE allows Solo to get back into his Cepha bag, cuz Cepha Fatu nasty. Nasty. Long hair? Cepha Fatu? Nasty. Like, and I know you refuse to watch his indie matches, but you probably should. They like he's
It's just gonna make me angry.
amazing. And they
I
stripped
have
that
no
shit
doubt
from
that he
him.
will. That's what I'm saying. It's just gonna make me really angry. Then I'm gonna start saying more angry things about Solo. So I don't wanna do that. It's just going to make me a lot more irritable, and I don't feel like doing that right now. I can't.
So I would like to see that because like I said, you know, Zilla is Umaga's child. His finisher is a Samoan spike, but it's like a super Samoan spike. And, you know, Solo was built up as like this reincarnate of Umaga, and his finisher is also a Samoan spike. So I just want to see those two head to head. They never actually got to wrestle with each other in the indies because I believe Zillow was incarcerated at the time. But I keep telling y'all, Solo in the indies and Jacob in the indies, when they were a tag team, oh, disgusting. It like unstoppable. It was crazy. So there's something in that family. I don't know what it is, but it's something in that family that just breeds talent when it comes to like this wrestling stuff and mic skills and things like that. We're starting to see a lot more of Solo's personality and stuff like that. They've unmuted him, which is what I've been wanting for the last year. So we're starting to see more of him, and it's perfect. That right there, like, but I don't know how they would do it. If it would be reality of wrestling coming into WWE, or you know, House of Glory, and
Mm.
I don't think that. Westside Gunn fucks with WWE anymore. He has not been to a show since WrestleMania. I'm gonna keep saying that. And then he's went and started his own promotion. So, so
Man, fuck this shit.
that.
I'm making my own stuff. Man, got tired of it.
And speaking of the indies, Sienna asked us favorite independent wrestling promotions that we watch. Um, I've been trying to get into GCW. I decided not to go to my first GCW show because Zilla was removed from the card, and I was also tired from traveling from Philly to fucking Hartford at 7 o'clock in the goddamn morning. So there's that. Um, I do watch reality of wrestling on YouTube because they do put the matches up from time to time. Um, and I guess that's about it as far as like indies go. Those are the two. I would like to get into House of Glory because I eventually want to go to a show when they're in while they're out there in New York. But going to Queens is so deep. Like I need a car. Like having a car and being a wrestling fan sounds amazing. I don't know what that's like. I don't know
Put
what
the
that's like.
gas in the car, shit.
Now I could gas up a vehicle now. I keep the gas money on deck, but like having a car, sounds great. I don't know what that's like. What about you?
DP fucking W, man.
Oh,
Deadlock
Jesus.
Pro Wrestling is for the niggas. You think NXT is for the niggas? DPW is for the niggas, nigga.
Why you ain't put me on
That's
yet
that
then?
shit. Huh?
Why you ain't put me on yet then?
Because I did. I watched it on stream because that's Tyler has refused to let me not know about it. That's where fucking Javon came from.
Mhm.
He was over there going crazy. There's a whole bunch of crazy superstars over there. I don't need to get ID'd or not. You know what I'm saying? Because half of them, I don't want them to stop wrestling the style that they do. 'Cause we all know you come over to NXT, you got to wrestle they way. But man,
Oh, those are those matches where like Javon was fighting that big nigga.
yeah,
Oh Jesus.
with orange ropes,
Yeah, they be wilding over there.
he be in there going crazy. That DPW's that shit, man. DPW's that real shit. I going back to that last question when they're talking about things. Wait, what was the last question? Before I answer, 'cause I think I know
Best
what it was.
company dream matches.
No, the last one that Saul answered to.
Things. Uh, things in wrestling that you have issues with.
Yeah, it's not really an issue, but it's a concern, and I feel like I mention this every week, but I'm gonna say it again because fuck that shit. They haven't fixed it yet. I've been watching a lot of like 2003 to 2011 wrestling recently, and the other night I was so much more invested into 2008 SmackDown than I was into current day Raw, and I think that's a problem. 'Cause I was watching wrestling in 2008. I know what happens. I I can if I sit there and think long enough, I remember what happens. But I was still more invested into 2008 SmackDown into current Raw. Now there could be many reasons why. But my main thing is I believe that the presentation of what this company used to be, speaking about WWE, um, their presentation and their wrestling style used to be a lot different. And even I was watching an old SmackDown. I think it was Kurt versus Eddie. I think it was. And it was an old match. I think it was Kurt versus Eddie. And this is like, yeah, 'cause I was watching like SmackDown 6 era wrestling. Um, they have so much. There was so much more intensity in what they were doing back then. You know what I'm saying? Even in like pre 2013 TNA. You know what I'm saying? The presentations of the wrestling shows used to be different. I'm not talking about the signatures, you know what I'm saying? Because as much as I love the whole Avengers, Avengers thing and shit like that, um, old wrestling theme songs with the old wrestling video packages, that was interesting to me. It got you invested into the show. As much as I love the theme songs, the Megan song, you know what I'm saying? The songs they got for Raw and shit, they're cool songs, I guess. but there hasn't been a wrestling song that made me so invested to watch a show in years. When Burn It to the Ground came on for Raw, I was ready to run through a wall. When the old SmackDown, like the Beautiful People and the Rise Up theme songs, that made you want to run through a wall before the show started. These it's just, it comes down to the theme songs. It comes down to even when they used to show the signature of like the WWE logo and like a light will go across it and then it will like go into dirt. That shit was just cool when I was younger. And maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe it's like um just me missing the old days of when I was younger and shit like that. Even the old like WWF logos and shit like that. It just felt more gritty. It felt more real. Now it's like they're always reminding you that this is a fucking a big show. This is a big soap opera, you know what I'm saying? And at times it's beautiful, but on regular nights it just makes me miss the days where like it kind of goes into what Sienna said. I miss when I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen, and everything that we did see, it was our first time seeing it. There wasn't any spoilers, or we didn't have like access to it. There wasn't any spoilers. There wasn't that much social media. There wasn't things that were just fucking with what we saw on television. You know what I'm saying? When the Royal Rumbles would come on and we didn't know who was gonna come out for real. Now we know, oh, they were seen backstage. Oh, they came into the city. They were seen at fucking Wendy's. They might be in the city. Shit like that, it takes me out of it. While it's exciting, you know what I'm saying? It kind of takes me out of it because I remember just hearing that Royal Rumble buzzer go off and then someone coming the fuck out like, oh shit. That feeling has gone for me, and I miss that. It hasn't killed my love for wrestling. 'Cause I don't think anything will ever kill my love for wrestling. Thank God. 'Cause I've seen a lot of my friends fall out of love with it, which is honestly heartbreaking to me. I don't think I ever will. But just watching this shit change to what it used to be to what it is now is definitely something where like I feel like they can bring it back. I don't think they're going to. I think they're way too far into this style of presentation. Um in this style of showing that yes, this is a promotion, this is entertainment. Besides that little speck of oh shit, this is maybe real. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's a lot. It's like when Bronson and Braun did the whole ring collapse thing on Raw, and we all knew it was gonna happen because they changed the ring apron and shit. Meanwhile, the Big Show and Lesnar thing, you didn't know that was gonna happen. That shit just happened. Bow. And a lot of people don't realize that was on a fucking SmackDown show. That wasn't no pay per view. That was a regular ass SmackDown. You know, and they don't even have main event level SmackDown like matches anymore. Back in the day, they used to have crazy matches on SmackDown. Main event superstars were wrestling weekly on SmackDown. Now Cody don't wrestle. Cody barely wrestles. Roman does not wrestle. You know what I'm saying? You have like the people at your highest level not being shown in your weekly shows for what? So it's just like it all comes down to presentation of these shows, and while it can be fixed, I don't think they care enough. So it's just I don't know. It's kind of what AEW had in their first years, and they fell out of it because of multiple reasons. But that whole gritty, this is real kind of thing, that is like completely gone from wrestling these days, and I think that's why a lot of people don't want to watch the shows anymore because it's just not the same. So thank God for Peacock and the internet because it's all right there. You know what I'm saying? But it's very I do miss the old days a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell me what's on the screen?
AEW offered Kurt Angle two types of deals. Unfortunately, they both had to unfortunately they both had to do with wrestling, and I knew I couldn't do it. I don't know why. Why would TK think that Kurt was gonna wrestle still? Why the fuck? Kurt is like, no. I saw. Did you see the report that he said that he doesn't think that he got enough accolades for
Yeah,
his TNA run?
yeah.
And I was like, I talk about his TNA run a lot, but I guess people don't. You know
They
what I'm saying?
just call it Perk Angle era. That's literally just all they do.
that gets brought up like the Sheamus tag match and the Jeff Hardy was more popular than Obama, and 2009 Randy Orton was peak. That was like the wrestling tropes that people repeat over and over again to get social media engagement. I thought the Perk Angle, I thought he was like a part of that. Niggas bring up Kurt every few months, I think. But I mean, I guess I don't know what he means by like I don't know what accolades. I don't know if he means from the fans or does he mean by the peers. But if you were in TNA at that point, like if you asked niggas like I assume like AJ and Joe and Jeff, niggas that were like there when he was doing that shit, or just came across it, you know what I'm saying? It would yeah, Kurt was I think to me at that time he was the best wrestler in the world at that point. From like that last few years of ECW Kurt to TNA, man,
I
man.
have to say this, getting off the subject of Kurt Angle, right? I see why John Cena doesn't wear like trunks anymore. This is like unsettling to look at. What I'm
Why am I seeing John Cena's thighs?
what is currently being shown on the screen is Rikishi versus John Cena on a random SmackDown, and John Cena has on red and silver trunks with his thighs out, and he's punching Rikishi in his ass. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what year this could have possibly been. When did Rikishi?
02, 03,
When did Rikishi leave?
maybe 04.
What logo is that? That's a WWE logo. So yeah.
Yeah. 02, 03, or oh 04. One it might be one of those 3. I don't think it's past oh 04.
They take the fist off of SmackDown, off the SmackDown stage.
I think 2006.
Dang.
I might be off on that.
I don't like the way Rikishi just bent over like that. I would have been upset.
Hell no. It's busted open during the match, Rikishi. You wildin'.
Yeah, also, there's like 3 episodes of Off the Top with Rikishi that I have not listened to, and I think for good reason because that man gives me a headache.
Do they still do the WWE magazine?
No, magazines don't exist anymore, sweetheart.
Hey man, what?
Why are you screaming? You cannot go into a store and just buy a magazine that's not Us Weekly or People magazine or Time magazine. Magazines don't
Niggas don't
exist
buy
anymore.
magazines no more?
Magazines don't exist anymore.
What the fuck?
You want to hear an insane Jey Uso fact?
I'm mourning right now. Are you gonna tell me some Jey Uso facts?
Anyway, do you want to hear it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so prior to SummerSlam last year, Jey Uso did not have a back tattoo, right?
Okay.
The week before that match, he went and got his entire back done and wrestled Roman that Saturday with a fresh tattoo. Like he had only been healing for a week before that match happened. I often think about the fact that Roman smacked him with something that looked like a fucking fire hose. And I know that shit had to hurt because tattoos are open wounds until they fucking heal. So I can just imagine what it's like to wrestle with a fresh tattoo. And then like you have to inform WWE about that shit and stuff too. It's like, hey, I'm about to go get a new tattoo. So I forgot who it was, but a wrestler said every time he got a tattoo, he knew that meant he was getting a new action figure. And that's fire. I forgot who said that, but that is hilarious. Nikita Lyons is continuously getting dragged. I'm sorry for your loss.
Hey, my loss.
How was
I've learned to stop arguing with niggas that clearly don't like her.
your
It doesn't
did you enjoy your NXT Tuesday?
My birthday was on Monday, wasn't it? Shit. I think. Yeah. 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 Mhm.
Yeah, your birthday was Monday. So how was it?
Mhm.
And
It's
then the
cool.
second question still stands. Did you enjoy your NXT Tuesday?
We said that it confused me. I was like, "Was my birthday on Tuesday?" That shit threw me off for a second. But I mean, no, I mean, yeah. I'm old, I guess. The niggas we ain't eating cake no more and shit. Well, actually, I did eat cake and back. My grandmother gave me a whole bunch of food, so that's all I really want. Food and some money, nigga. Shit. Ain't no time for no other shit. But yeah, I thank everyone for the birthday wishes. Um, and I'm still alive, so that's if you alive, you winning, shit. But why the fuck? Okay,
You guys wait till he gets his birthday gift from me, and then he gets to like brag about how like I'm like the best girlfriend in the world.
I do that now. So I mean, you would have to give me like a Lamborghini for me to like.
I'm not buying you a car. Um,
Why not? The fuck?
that's hilarious. Um, yeah, when you guys hear about that when it happens. Jay Uso does have a massive behind. Jesus Christ. Um,
All right.
Scroll this ass because Nia Jax got her hole spread open, and then Jay Uso is just
We need
plump.
to move.
Like there's just a lot
We need
going
to
on.
move to a different topic besides buttocks.
Um,
That's not,
I'm gonna say something positive about Nikita Lyons, and then we can end the show. Her gear this
I know
week
where
was beautiful.
you're
That gold looks really nice on her. However, I think she should have more gear like that and leave the pirate stuff and the like the open holes, leave those in the past. Uh, she should have. I hope she has more gear like that because that was pretty dope.
This is what needs to happen. 'Cause I see a lot of people keep saying the kid can't wrestle.
I like that. Did you see
Yeah, that was a terrible night. Um, it's merely 3 things. One that Lysha just said is the gear. If the gear gets cleaned up more and she doesn't have like that much stuff like on her arms and her legs and stuff like that, it'll be a lot better because it looks like what was it, Halloween when she wrestled?
She had on a Fashion Nova outfit. I could have bought that same outfit and wore it for Halloween. She got that shit from Fashion Nova.
Yeah,
That
it
wasn't
was
like a custom made gear like all the other girls had on. She got online and put in www.nigganova.com and was like, I
alright,
want this one, check out.
alright.
And then she didn't have any fucking like wrestling tights on up under that motherfucker. The bitch wrestled in pure lingerie. Ass out, everything.
Well,
I
be
might have
that
seen
as
some
it may,
booty cheeks that wasn't supposed to be out that night.
be that as it may, if she just simplifies the gear a lot more, I think it'll be better. Um, if she wrestles as if she is bigger than a lot of the roster, which she is, just off of height, then I think a lot more people are gonna be interested in what she has to do. Because I think she wrestles more with her martial arts style, and that's not good because one, you need your legs, and both her legs are shot.
It don't work.
That's why people keep saying, "Oh, she can't move." She's coming off of ACL injuries. I don't think niggas realize you get an ACL injury, 9 times out of 10, your legs are never gonna be the same again. You know what I'm saying? But people can say, "Oh, she can't move." Yeah, she can't move because she tore a huge muscle in her leg that some people never recover from, and miraculously, she recovered from it, which is a accomplishment in itself. If you're a real sports fan, if you know how bad an ACL, MCL, fucking anything with a CL at the end of it, you tear that shit. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That ends niggas' careers. Achilles, that shit that ends niggas' careers. So for her to come back and still wrestle after that is an accomplishment within itself. But niggas aren't gonna say that because they be hating. Doesn't matter. Fuck them. She needs to wrestle in a way that revolves around submissions and body slams. Really slow, really technical. Because when she tries to wrestle with the kicks and the punches and stuff like that, she's slower because her body doesn't work the way it used to. You know what I'm saying? If she wrestles a certain way that fits what her body is now, she'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But you saw she doesn't do that big split thing anymore because that's stress on your legs. She doesn't use the kicks as much. 'cause that's stress on her legs. She's the Vader bomb thing. Yeah, she needs a finisher like a submission. We need to bring back submission finishers a lot more too. You know what I'm saying? Or like quick strike finishers. She needs something like that that'll get people to like see what her style is. You know what I'm saying? And guys, remember she's on NXT. I need niggas to stop criticizing people. And it's not on the Nikita problem. It's the Kaylani Jordan problem. A Lash Legend problem when she was on NXT, which she kind of still is. People criticizing NXT superstars is stupid. They're on NXT because they're trying to get better for the main roster.
The developmental brand.
Yeah, she's trying to develop. So if you hate on niggas for developing, the fuck is your problem? That's like the niggas hating on Bronny. You niggas are stupid. So please allow these things to occur, allow these things to process. Allow realize that these wrestlers are coming off of injuries. They're learning how to do certain things. They're learning how to cut promos. They're learning how to wrestle with their new bodies. They're learning all of this shit. So you ain't gotta criticize everything all the time. God damn, you don't not. I know everyone wants to be right all the time. Everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to get the funny joke off. You niggas aren't funny. You're just showing how much you don't know about wrestling. And I'm not the most wrestling genius. Not hey, not you. I'm
Oh,
not
no,
just
I
not.
just wanted to say that I was funny, that was it.
This is not for the people who understand how this wrestling shit works. You know what I'm saying? And it's not rocket science. But damn, please just allow these superstars to develop. Allow these superstars to get ready for the main roster. And if they never do get ready for main roster, then that's cool too. Partially, I think a lot of superstars, we can fix this whole NXT call up problem right now and just really make NXT a third brand and just stop calling up NXT superstar and just have them stay on NXT. Why haven't we thought about that? Why is it always our NXT Obafemi has to go in roster? Why can't he just stay NXT? If they want to make, they've been going between developmental brand and third brand for years now. They don't know what they want to do. The last time they were a real third brand is during Black and Gold. We all saw how that ended. You feel me? So once they figure out what they want to do, then that's how we should go as fans. We can't just go off of things that we like and the things that we dislike and the wrestlers that we like and the wrestlers that we dislike and try to make opinions on that because half the time you niggas be wrong. So it is what it is. Oh, and this too for all
Just
y'all
looking at
too.
this match again.
You
What?
said what?
So I'm just looking at this match again.
Oh. Um, remember y'all, if you like a certain superstar and there's someone that doesn't like that superstar, I promise you, you don't have to argue with them. You
Me
don't.
too every time. I don't care.
I'm not gonna argue back. I'm just gonna let you have. I'm not gonna argue anymore because it's exhausting. We just in here hollering, and we're not getting anywhere. To have a conversation, we should be trying to get to a grand consensus. You know what I'm saying? If I like red and you like blue, and we both aren't gonna buzz, the fuck are we yelling about? Hmm? We're just having a lot of conversation. That's never going to end because we're both not budging. That's why I stopped arguing with niggas who don't like certain superstars that I like. I'm not arguing with you. Fuck. You don't like her, cool. What you're not gonna do is try to take away facts or take away accolades because you don't like it. That what we can't do. But the argument about wrestlers being good or not, come on, come on. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone has their bias and stuff like that. But eventually, we're gonna have to realize that we have to be realistic with this stuff. For a second, for 1 second, can wrestling fans not be so weird? You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna feel me. If you're offended by it, I'm talking to you. Fix it. Don't cry, fix it. It ain't that hard to fix. You know what I'm saying?
What is going on?
I've learned a lot about myself as a wrestling fan over the past few years, and now I'm teaching myself how to do these things. So I'm not just saying it just to say it. You know, arguing with niggas about your favorite wrestler is not going to fix anything. They're not going to believe you. They're not going to subscribe to what you're saying. They don't care. They have their opinion already. So just let it be. I promise you, you'll be a lot more happy. You know what I'm saying? You raising your blood pressure and all that shit for what, bro? It's not that deep. Ain't that deep.
Well, shout out to all the wrestling fans out there. Y'all could be less toxic, like y'all do be walling. Um,
At some point,
Kurt Angle rules out possibility of facing John Cena during his retirement tour. I don't think I can get in the ring. Did who asked him?
I
That's
don't
not even
know.
that's not even me trying to be funny. That was like a legit question.
I don't know what I didn't do it. He already gave us his entire body. Like,
Forever, and
yeah.
it's yeah. Ooh, all right, guys. Yeah, that's it. Uh, Check the bio of the podcast from now on, because that's where all of our socials and stuff is going to be. Don't forget, if you're listening to us on Spotify, you guys can leave comments on Spotify. I don't know if you guys know that you can do that, but you can leave comments on Spotify.
Start cooking me then. Hey,
um
clicking the Spotify comments is crazy. Nah, this nigga's a bitch. Fuck this shit. God damn. All right. Sorry.
um we are affiliated with Fanatics. We're working on StubHub. When we have updates on all of those things, we'll let you know. But there will be a link to all of our socials in the bio of each and every episode from here on out. Follow us on Blue Sky. And that's about it. But yeah, look out for Blue Sky. I'm not making a Twitter page. That's dead. That's been dead. But yeah, I'm gonna be asking questions to get fan interactions every week. Shout out to everyone who does support us and like sends us screenshots of y'all listening to the show. Like we legit appreciate that shit. Like let us know that we just not like talking into the ether every week.
Yeah. That is very. You know what I'm saying?
Um that's it for the Wrasslin Room.
Oh, I have a topic.
Uh-oh.
I have like when we end podcast, I have a suggestion to how we can end podcast now.
Oh, interesting.
Um, we're gonna see how it goes, but I'm gonna propose this. Every week, one of us gives a match that we think is underrated that we want our viewers and listeners to watch. No,
Well,
no, no, we're not gonna be saying any John Cena versus The Rock. We're not gonna be saying any matches that
absolutely
everyone has
not.
seen. You know, we gotta pull someone's out the crypt. You feel me? So, I have
I'm
mine. So if you wanna find yours, or if you want,
I have a match too. Right now, me versus a taco salad because I am hungry.
all right, bro. You know what? She'll never be serious, and one day we're gonna get to a point where it's like she'll be serious. Not today, but one day we'll get there. It's okay.
I know you not talking.
One day we're gonna get to a point where,
I,
like, you know what I'm saying. But for me, because I'm being serious about this shit, nigga. uh, Lockdown 2005, AJ Styles versus Abyss. Peak commentary, peak crowd, two of the best of all time. If you don't know who Abyss is, he is TNA's version of Kane, but a lot more hardcore. 'Cause TNA was wilding back in 2000. So if you want to watch very young AJ Styles and like peak Abyss in a really great age match with a peak crowd and amazing commentary, it's on YouTube right now. 23 minutes. Lockdown 2005. AJ Styles versus the Monster Abyss.
awesome. Oh my god! I hope my mic did not pick that up. My stomach just said, "Yo, sister girl, what you doing?"
Damn.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Goodbye.
Did you know?
What?
Yo, Did you know Nikki Bella and Sasha had a match before?
No.
They had a match in 2015. Shit came I recommended. I was like, huh? For some reason, I thought those two things, they never like crossed paths. That shit is crazy. It was when Nikki was with Alicia and Brie doing the Team Bella shit. Sasha was like, it was like red hair Sasha. She was still on Raw. Crazy, man.
Terrible back then. Those were bad sewings.
Yeah, you can watch Nikki and Brie versus Naomi and Sasha.
Subject myself to some bullshit.
All
I guess.
right,
What?
it might be a fire match. I don't know.
You see
I don't
how
know
you
what
said
year
you
it was.
don't know?
I mean, it's Nikki, Naomi, Sasha, and then it's Brie. I do.
All right. I see you're trying to push an agenda here. It's not gonna work. Um,
What, Nikki Bella being the greatest of all time?
see? Then there it is. All right, guys. That is it.
You can work, but you can't clap. You can't.
I'm not touching a damn thing. We're getting the fuck out of here. Goodbye. He's still singing. All right. Bye, guys.